There's a soft scarf in your drawer, tucked between old receipts and a birthday card you never sent. You haven't worn it in years, but you keep it. Maybe it touched your shoulders during a peaceful morning, or maybe it still holds the scent of a time when life felt lighter. But here's the truth no one tells you. The things we cling to for comfort can quietly trap our energy. That scarf, it's not just fabric. It's a sealed memory, soaked in warmth you're afraid to lose. And that fear, that quiet resistance to release, is exactly what's blocking your luck. Because luck doesn't come to those who hold on. It comes to those who let the energy circulate. One simple act, giving away something infused with your calm, your clarity, your quiet strength, can trigger a shift so powerful it opens doors you didn't even know existed. Today's video is not about decluttering. It's about energy. It's about understanding the invisible current behind why your fortune has stalled and how it can explode overnight when you give the right thing with the right heart. Not for applause, not to prove anything. Just because someone else needs what you no longer do, you're not losing a thing. You're setting light free, and that's when luck finds you. Part 1. Energy hides in things we touch. You don't think twice about that scarf on the back of your closet door, or the old book gathering dust on your nightstand, or that little pouch of dried herbs you once tucked into your handbag for calm. They're just things until they are not. Until one day you wonder why the energy in your life feels still, like luck stopped knocking. Like every door you try to open stays quietly shut. And here's the part no one tells you. Sometimes the stillness isn't from outside. Sometimes it's stored in the things you touch and never release. Because energy, real energy, hides in the fabric that once touched your skin, in the words that once shifted your perspective, in the scent that once made your breath slow down. And when you keep those things close, far past the moment they were meant to serve you, they begin to hold more than memories. They start to hold your luck hostage. Let's begin with something simple, a scarf. Not a fancy one, just the soft one you wore every morning during that quiet winter when life felt calm, when coffee tasted better and the air in your chest felt light. That scarf has been with you through peaceful drives, silent prayers, maybe even a few tears that didn't need explanation. It has absorbed your warmth, literally. But more than that, it absorbed your emotional temperature, your peace, your surrender, your healing. What most people don't realize is that fabric isn't neutral. Anything that rests against your skin over time begins to store fragments of your emotional vibration. We call it scent or softness, but on a deeper level, it's energy, personal, powerful, invisible. And when you keep that scarf locked away, even lovingly, you're not just preserving a memory. You're blocking its flow. That same scarf, if passed on to someone who's struggling, someone entering a new chapter, or quietly drowning in their own heaviness, can become a silent source of warmth and support. You're not giving them a piece of clothing, you're giving them a piece of light that once lived inside you. And the moment you do that, something subtle but profound happens. The energy around you shifts. Light moves again, and with it, luck begins to stir. Then there's the book, the one that cracked something open in you when you needed it most. Maybe it found you during a breakup, a loss, a moment when you weren't sure who you were becoming. You didn't just read that book. You lived through it. You marked the pages. You whispered yes to a sentence that somehow felt like it had been written just for you. And after it helped you change, truly change, you put it back on the shelf as if its job was done. But what if it wasn't? What if the final page wasn't the end, but a cue? What if that book's energy, transformation, clarity, survival was meant to be passed on, not shelved? Books don't just carry ink and paper, they carry emotional charge. The moment you choose to give that book to someone else, not because they asked, but because your intuition whispered they needed it, you're not just giving them reading material. You're handing them the baton in a relay of healing. And when energy is shared like that without expectation, it comes back in ways you don't expect. A new connection, a fresh opportunity, a moment of grace exactly when you need it most. And finally, the sachet. Maybe it was lavender, maybe cinnamon. Maybe you picked it up from a farmer's market or blended it yourself after a stressful week. You carried it in your purse or kept it near your bed, and somehow the air felt lighter when it was near. Herbs have held power long before science ever caught up. Their scent doesn't just comfort, it shifts. Your nervous system responds. Your breathing changes. Your thoughts soften. That little pouch was never just decorative. It was a portable energy field. And if you took the time to make it yourself, to select, dry, blend, and wrap it, then every motion you made, every thought you had while preparing it is still alive in its fibers. It's a container of presence. And when you give it to someone else, especially someone who needs help grounding, clearing, or starting over, you're not offering a nice-smelling trinket. You're offering a breath of life, a small, quiet miracle, one that requires no explanation, but changes the atmosphere all the same. So no, these aren't just objects. They are vessels, and whether you realize it or not, they're still holding energy you've outgrown. When you hold onto them beyond their season, the energy becomes stale, stagnant. But when you give them away with awareness, with a steady heart, they become bridges, and bridges, by their very nature, invite movement. Life flows again. Opportunities return. Your surroundings feel different, not because the world changed, but because you released what was ready to move on. That's the real secret, not in buying something new, not in doing more, but in giving what already holds light, and letting that light go where it's most needed. Part 2, giving is not losing, it's opening a flow. You were taught that giving means parting with something, that every time you give, you lose a little time, money, energy, possessions, so we learn to hold on, to calculate, to give just enough but never too much. But what if that belief has been quietly suffocating the luck that's trying to reach you? What if giving, true giving, isn't subtraction but ignition, a spark that breaks the stale air around you and sends your life into motion again? Because here's the secret you were never told: energy only moves when you let it. And generosity, real, intentional, heart-led generosity, isn't about sacrifice, it's about circulation. Giving is not the end of something, it's the beginning of flow. Think about the last time you gave without second guessing, not out of duty, not because it was expected, but because something inside you whispered, "They need this more than I do." Maybe it was a bracelet that had meaning once but now just sat untouched. Maybe it was a book you'd already outgrown, or a note you wrote by hand on a whim. Maybe it was a morning spent listening to someone who had no one else to talk to. Whatever it was, the moment you gave it, something opened, even if you didn't notice it right away. A softness, a sense of alignment, a brief feeling that the universe nodded at you. That's not coincidence. That's the energy of giving done right. When you give what has meaning, you release what has weight. And in that release, you create space for new people, new possibilities, new blessings to enter. You see, energy hates stagnation. When you hold onto things, physical, emotional, even mental, you create a block. It's like trying to inhale without ever exhaling. At first, you don't feel it, but slowly your days get heavier. You lose clarity. Small misfortunes pile up. You wonder why everything feels stuck. And the truth is, life mirrors your willingness to release. When you give, you signal trust. You tell the universe, "I believe more will come. I believe I'm safe to share." And the universe responds not because it's moral, but because energy flows where belief flows. Generosity is not just a spiritual concept, it's a frequency. And that frequency attracts support, luck, movement. People want to help you. Opportunities seem to arrive out of nowhere. But nothing is random. You opened a door and life walked in. Now here's where it gets deeper. When you give something that once helped you survive, you're not just offering a kind gesture. You're participating in a sacred exchange. You're acknowledging that healing isn't meant to stop with you. It's meant to ripple. That scarf that comforted you during your divorce, the one you kept for emotional safety. When you give it to someone entering their own storm, you pass on not just fabric, but survival energy. That book that helped you believe again. When you give it away, you transfer the frequency of transformation. And when you give not to be praised, not to be thanked, but because it feels true, your energy sharpens, it rises. And that vibration is what pulls in luck, not the object, not the ritual, the energy behind it. In this way, giving becomes a kind of invisible wealth. The more you circulate it, the more abundant your life becomes, not in a transactional way. This is not about giving to get. It's about living in flow, living in a state of quiet enoughness, where you know deep down that you are not running out, that what you give today creates space for what's meant for you tomorrow, that there's no need to hoard, control, or withhold out of fear, because fear tightens energy, but generosity expands it. And the most powerful kind of generosity doesn't come from excess. It comes from choice, from presence, from the decision to live open even when it would be easier to stay closed. So many of us are waiting for luck to strike, for something external to fix what feels frozen inside. But luck doesn't knock on closed doors. It enters through the cracks you create when you let go. When you give a piece of your light to someone else, not for applause, not for balance, but because it's time, you become a conduit, a channel. And through you, energy moves again, not just around you, but within you. Your thoughts shift, your body relaxes, your emotions soften. You sleep better, you breathe deeper, because now you're not holding, you're flowing. And maybe that's the greatest fortune of all, not just having more, but feeling light, feeling aligned. Feeling like you're finally in rhythm with the life you were meant to live, all because you gave on purpose, all because you trusted the current enough to let go. Part 3, gifts that seem innocent but block energy. You meant well. That's what makes this part hard to hear. You gave the gift with good intentions, maybe even love, but something in the air shifted afterward. A relationship grew distant. A bit of luck seemed to dry up. You felt heavier and you didn't know why. The truth is, not all gifts carry light. Some, without us realizing, carry residue. Old energy, silent messages, hidden weight. And when passed from one hand to another, they don't bless, they block. Not because you were careless, but because no one ever taught you the energetic imprint of what you give. Let's start with something most people see as elegant, a watch. It's a classic gift, polished, timeless, practical. But beneath that smooth surface is a current most people overlook. A watch doesn't just keep time, it measures it. Every tick is a reminder that something is ending, that seconds are slipping by. In the world of subtle energy, a watch holds the vibration of countdowns and closures. It whispers, time is running out. So when you give someone a watch, especially without understanding its symbolism, you may unintentionally hand them a vibration of separation, a closing chapter, a silent farewell. That doesn't mean watches are cursed, but it does mean they require awareness. If your relationship with someone is fragile or shifting, a watch can act like a final punctuation mark. And if their emotional state is anxious or overwhelmed, the constant ticking can become more of a trigger than a gift. Then there's the mirror. It seems harmless, functional, even beautiful. But mirrors are portals, not just visually, but energetically. They reflect what's in front of them, yes, but they also hold on to it. Every tear-streaked face, every angry glance, every quiet ache that's been seen in that glass leaves behind an energetic imprint. To your eyes, it looks clean, but to the subtle field around us, it's crowded. Gifting a used mirror, especially one that's seen pain, conflict, or trauma, transfers more than reflection. It hands someone a container of unprocessed emotion, and if they are sensitive or spiritually unguarded, that mirror can slowly unsettle their space. Sleep becomes restless, mood shifts, an undefined heaviness enters the room. Even a small crack or foggy corner can act as an energetic fracture, allowing low, chaotic energy to seep through. That's why mirrors, especially old ones, are never just decor. They are memory fields, and unless you know how to clear them deeply, it's best not to pass them on. There are other gifts that block in quieter ways, like objects used during illness. A blanket, a cup, a pillow. These items may have once offered comfort, but they also absorbed fear, fatigue, struggle. Illness doesn't just live in the body, it radiates outward. It clings to surfaces, especially those close to the skin or breath. And no matter how clean something looks on the outside, its energetic memory stays. When you give someone an object used during sickness, even with the warmest intent, you might unknowingly transfer that low, depleted frequency. The person may begin to feel tired without reason, emotionally flat, progress in their life stalls, not because of the object itself, but because of what it still carries. It's not superstition, it's resonance. And the body knows it even if the mind doesn't. And then, perhaps most surprisingly, there's the empty wallet. It sounds like a thoughtful gesture. A new wallet, a fresh start. But when it arrives empty, it speaks a different language. Energetically, a wallet isn't just an accessory, it's a container for financial flow. Money, identity, movement, and an empty wallet, it silently says, there's nothing here. Even if it's designer, even if the intention is good, that emptiness carries a vibration of lack, of halted flow. And it doesn't just affect the person receiving it, it can quietly drain the giver too. Because when you give something symbolic of abundance but offer it void of energy, you open a loop of stagnation. That's why those who understand energetic exchange always place something inside. A single coin, a small bill, a handwritten note of abundance. Not because it's material, but because it starts the current. What all these examples have in common is this: they seem thoughtful, even lovely, but they carry energy most people aren't trained to see. And that energy speaks louder than wrapping paper, louder than intention. It settles into rooms, into routines, into the quiet moments when someone can't explain why they feel off. Giving, when done without awareness, can misfire. It can transfer weight instead of light. And that's why the most powerful generosity is conscious generosity. When you pause, when you ask not just, will they like this, but what energy does this bring into their life? You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be present. Because the gifts you give, no matter how small, aren't just objects. They're carriers of emotion, of story, of memory, and sometimes unknowingly of blocks. So give, yes, but give with clarity, with care, with the kind of energy you want to see mirrored back in your own life. Because what you pass on doesn't stop at their hands. It ripples, and in time it finds its way back to you. Part 4, when to give to unlock a new chapter. You'll feel it before you understand it. That quiet sense that something you're holding no longer belongs to you. It's not loud, it doesn't shout. But it lingers like a book you walk past every morning, a bracelet that no longer feels like yours, a note you once wrote and never sent. You pick it up, you hesitate, and then you hear it, that small voice inside you saying, it's time. That's the moment, that's the doorway. Because giving isn't just about generosity, it's a signal to life itself. And when timed right, it doesn't just shift energy. It unlocks entire chapters waiting to unfold. We're conditioned to give on holidays, on birthdays, on special occasions marked by calendar dates. But the universe doesn't care about dates. It moves with emotion, with energy, with readiness. The most powerful giving doesn't happen when tradition tells you to act. It happens when something inside you shifts, when your heart softens, when your breath deepens, when your body knows you've healed enough to let go. That's when giving becomes sacred. That's when it ceases to be a gesture and becomes a turning point. Because every object you give carries a timestamp, not of time, but a vibration. And if the vibration is right, if you're aligned, clear, and steady, the gift becomes more than symbolic. It becomes catalytic. So how do you know when it's time? You feel stillness, not resistance. The item in question no longer holds emotional charge. You don't need it to remember. You don't fear losing its meaning. In fact, the idea of someone else needing it more than you brings a sense of peace, even quiet joy. That's the indicator. Giving from depletion leads to resentment, but giving from fullness leads to transformation. It means the energy has completed its cycle with you, and now it's ready to continue through someone else's hands, heart, and life. Some of the most profound gifts you'll ever give won't look like much. A scarf that once held your tears, a book that pulled you through depression, a handwritten affirmation you once needed to believe in yourself. These are not grand gestures. They are quiet transmissions. And when given at the right moment, they carry an energy so potent it can melt emotional walls, lift despair, or spark clarity in someone who's been lost in fog for years. That's the power of aligned giving, not loud, but seismic. And yet, there's a paradox. The right moment to give often comes when things are already shifting in your life. When you sense change coming. When your world feels unfamiliar, not bad, just unformed. You're between chapters. between jobs, relationships, roles, and that's exactly when giving works best, because you're not giving to fix anything. You're giving to move forward. You're not trying to manifest a result. You're marking a transition. Think of it as a spiritual breath. The exhale before the next inhale. You release something meaningful, not because it's broken, but because it's complete. And that act alone clears space, both physically and energetically, for something new to land. Timing, though, is delicate. Giving too soon before you're ready can leave you feeling hollow. Giving too late after the object's energy has gone stale can feel forced. But giving when the heart says now, that's when everything aligns. The right person appears. The right words come. The gift lands exactly where it's needed. And it creates a ripple that neither of you can fully explain, but both of you feel. There's also this: the person you give to doesn't always need to know the full story. The power of the gift isn't in the explanation, it's in the intention. Maybe you just say, "I thought of you when I held this." Or, "This helped me once, I think it might help you too." Simple, honest, no mysticism, no performance, just a clear, clean exchange of energy. And when given with that clarity, the energy carries itself. It finds the wound, it settles in, it begins to work. You might never see the full impact, and that's okay. You didn't give to be remembered. You gave because the chapter was over. You gave because life is always moving, and you chose not to hold on out of fear. You gave because you knew that letting go with love invites what's next to arrive in peace. So the question isn't whether to give, it's when. And the answer is when the thing no longer hurts to hold, when the memory is complete, when you can offer it without needing something back. That's when giving becomes a key. A quiet click inside your timeline, a release that opens the next door, not because you pushed, but because you allowed it to open. And maybe that's what you've been waiting for, not another solution, not another list. Just a moment like this, where something in your life is finally ready to be given, and in that giving, your next chapter begins. We often think of giving as an outward act, a gesture towards someone else. But the truth is, every act of giving is also a mirror. It shows us where we are in our journey, what we're ready to release, what we've outgrown, what energy we're willing to circulate instead of control. That scarf, that book, that little object in the drawer, it was never just about the item. It was about the story it held. And whether that story was one of healing, survival, growth, or peace, there comes a time when holding it begins to hold you back. Because energy, by its very nature, is meant to move. Science tells us that everything vibrates. Nothing is ever truly still. And when we interrupt that flow, when we hold on too tightly, when we close off our instinct to give, we create friction. It shows up as emotional stagnation, creative blocks, strained relationships, unexplainable fatigue. But when we return to movement, when we let energy exit with grace, it creates space. Not empty space, available space. And that's where new fortune begins, not by accident, not by magic, but by energetic alignment. So don't ask yourself what you should give. Ask instead, what am I holding that's already finished its work in me? What's quietly asking to be passed on? What's waiting to light up someone else's path the way it once lit mine? Because warmth doesn't disappear, it doesn't fade. It only waits to be shared. And when you give with awareness, with timing, and with love, you're not just letting something go. You're releasing a signal to life itself. I'm ready for what's next. And life, always listening, always responding, will say, then let's begin.